What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Orb, this time with On the Movements of the Earth, episode 15. Amazing episode. Yeah, again, last time out. I say that about every week, so there's no point in me saying that anymore. But yeah, it was another phenomenal episode. Rest in peace to Okshi and Badani, of course. Had a really interesting second half as well with one of the torturers who we saw kind of fail at his job a little bit, which is a good thing. He actually ended up letting Yolenta go. And it looks like he has. Oh, looks like he's been caught. After overhearing their kind of schemes against Nowak. Unthoughtful. But is that not the complete opposite of the actions he took? Are you going to tell us the intended meaning then? It seems like he's the one misinterpreting things. It seems like he's the one bending God's will and religion to his humanly desires and sins. I knew this guy was going to die. That's why I said last week he should have just ran away with her. Dude literally died to save her. Fucking hell. Joke. I didn't think it would be that bad. I thought, yeah, they'd probably like beat him up and stuff, but I guess he really did get in the way of their personal plans, didn't he? This is cruel as hell, isn't it? I mean, let's be real though, it's not like Nowak hasn't done some cruel things. Again, I think they mentioned a minute ago, this isn't her, this is the boy that let her free, which they're now pretending is her. As if this guy has the nerve to touch him like that. I know Novak's voiced by Ogata, but this guy's definitely got Ogata's eyes, hasn't he? don't know if you guys have seen Golden Cowboy. He's got a little smirk on his face. I hope Novak finds out about this and then enacts his revenge. I mean, I know that's not her, but just for even like coming up with this whole scheme and stuff, it's yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Some of the most terrible people, all the most terrible people we've met in this. I was about to say all of the most terrible people we've seen in this show are on the side of religion, are on the side of that path, and all of these heretics that could kill everyone, that could destroy the world, and so on. They've all been lovely people. They've all been like genuinely like just normal people, but they've been open people willing to kind of question truths and so on, and they've all been pretty amazing people. Everybody that we've seen that is an awful person, or at least does questionable things, at least, has been on the side of what they think is right, what they would write in the history books as justice. Like if things carry on like this, like I just said, like these heretics will be known as devils and awful people. Yeah, we see the truth of things. They do say that history books are written by the victors, and I think that's very much true, isn't it? Interesting reaction from Novak as well, though, isn't it? Though, like, he hasn't shed a tear or anything. He's obviously affected because he was trying to keep his daughter safe. We saw from the last few episodes. I mean, he's obviously affected here. It's not like he's got no reaction. I mean, he has kind of got no reaction, but that's a reaction in itself, if that makes sense. The fact that he just seems like it's probably like he always seemed like reasonably kind of cold to the world anyway. Like there was definitely moments of humanity in there and such when we see that he wanted to look after his daughter and protect her from the heretics and stuff, but now perhaps even more so he is just like he is stone cold. He's just lost that little flame in his heart, and yeah, we'll see. Again, we know she's not actually dead, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, like I said, I want to see some judgment. I want to see some revenge against this fucker who only appeared last episode, little rat. I already hate him. I'm also so pissed that I still haven't heard the full version of this song yet. Where is it? It's been 15 weeks, bro. Where's the song? 10 years earlier. You know what, I did see a when you go on to watch the episode, there's a thumbnail picture, and it was a picture of a young looking Nowak, looking a little bit like Forkel, head wise. Not quite in the body. Guys, I've got something on my nose. That does kind of look Polish writing wise. Again, he actually like, even though as I said he's not a great person whatsoever, it did seem like a good dad. terms of like what we just saw there, but again, in terms of I wanted to protect her and keep her away from this stuff and being hard on things that could go against her. Seems like a really good father. I think there's two sides to everyone, though, isn't there? In the real world, even more so, perhaps, than in anime and TV. Proper outstanding little girl as well, don't get me wrong. Like, you would be super proud of her, and she's lovely, isn't she? Oh dear. Hmm. Interesting, isn't it? Exactly what I've been mentioning the past few weeks. For Nowak, this is really family versus religion when it comes to Yolanda. And I do believe that religion does instill, I've mentioned this lots of times, religion does instill good like ethics and it has good rules and such, but sometimes there are things like this where sometimes your family should be more important than something you believe in. I feel like that's the same like politics as well. You see so many like families over like election times and stuff like go at each other for supporting like different groups. It's like your family. So would he have her back now? Now he knows she's a heretic. I mean, he thinks she's dead, but like, I'm interested to see that in the future. I hope we get a situation in the future where they do obviously meet again. It doesn't look like he slept at all. But yeah, been really interested to see that. Must be so hard. Something you believed in, fought for, and worked for your whole life, and the daughter you've raised and helped and worked for your whole life. Fucking yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened to his wife, but he's obviously lost his wife as well. So it's like, I feel like there's always a special relationship between like a single mother or father and single kid. But I think especially like a dad and a daughter. I think there's always like a bit of a trope almost nowadays, but it's one I really like. I don't know if I call it a trope, but you guys know what I'm saying. We've seen it a lot in media nowadays, like the older father and young daughter relationship. Oh shit! Is it this guy? Kuraboski. It was this guy. That was in the next tower. Yeah, sure, bro. Funny, isn't it? The fact that they try to hide what he was researching makes it more interesting and makes people want to find out more. Oh, it was. It was. I don't know about you guys, but it's in my life. It's always been quite. I've always felt, maybe it's a me thing, but I've always felt quite, even if it's doing like the right thing, I've always felt a certain way about like snitching. Again, I don't know if it's just like the generation we grew up in and such. Like snitches get snitches, snitches get stitches, and like stuff like that. But there was always like something like like a thing I'd never do. I'd never talk to a girl like this. This is related, I think, but it's kind of on the same level for me. I wouldn't ever try and talk to or get with or maybe a friend, but I wouldn't ever like try and get with a girl that any of my friends had been with, obviously, or with. I just felt some like betrayal like that. I also never like, again, I was a bit of a delinquent, so if I did have any like incidents at school or a couple of times with the police, there was this one incident where we like went on some train tracks once, and the police came over and like interviewed everyone, and the police were like, "Yeah, one of you guys talked about other people doing so and so," and I think that's just like a tactic for them to get you talking. It's like, well, someone's already snitched, so you might as well snitch. And I didn't, just because, again, something like deeply, like, yeah, I don't know if it's like the movies I saw, but just something I've just never wanted to like snitch on people, even if I don't like people. But yeah, I've always had a bit of a thing about stuff like that. I guess it's hard to really explain it. But I'm not a good liar, which is ironic because I used to lie a lot when I was a teenager. I think a lot of kids do. I think a lot of kids kind of lie a lot, but nowadays I don't really like kind of lying, snitching, or kind of bitching about people and stuff like that. I feel that's very kind of petty, and yeah, I just like being kind of as truthful as possible nowadays. So I can understand why he handled his booking and such, but I also think it would, if I was to do something like this and snitch on someone, even if I don't know them, and especially if it gets them killed, if it gets them in trouble, let alone get them killed, that would weigh on my heart a hell of a lot. Like, yeah, I'm a very in my own head. Yeah, like that would just I'd be thinking about that hell of a lot, and I'd feel terrible. Even if I was religious, like, I can't say for sure because I'm not. But even if I was religious and I knew that was wrong, it was still like, oh, I got this person killed. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna have to weigh on my heart for the rest of my life. Attempt it anyway. He's a lovely guy, but Danny. He likes to put on a mask as well. Don't get me wrong. He's definitely there's definitely like negatives about him as well. Like, it's just that's what makes the character writing so good. But he also has like a hidden kind of lovely side like that, doesn't he? So these are the guys that Oxy was helping out. So he was taking his bread. See how lovely, like, Badania originally was like, yeah, stop seeing these guys, stop feeding them, and now he's literally set them up for the future even after his death. Now that tells you what, like, actions speak a lot louder than words. I think you could extract that from a lot of situations in this show. Which is quite amazing considering how powerful the words are in religion and so on, isn't it? Again, just another kind of facet that makes this show so interesting. I also think you do value a dead person's words quite a bit. Like, don't get me wrong, that's not always the case, but you do value dead people's words quite because they're not around anymore. You get no more words from them, if that makes any sense. So you do value them a little bit more. But yeah, again, that's not always the case, but just something to think about here. Obviously, he's feeling guilty, so a lot weighing on this guy's heart at the minute. So I think he's always kind of bound to do this, wasn't he? It'll be hilarious if they all just start eating him. They turn into cannibals. That's what I'd be thinking if I was him. I'd really be thinking that now. Is there writing on their heads? Yeah, there is. Oh my god, this reminds me of Memento, if any of you guys have seen that movie. Obviously, this is a little bit more. Is it tattooed, or is it just like. It is tattooed. Wow. Holy shit. No way. That is so sick. This is where the research is. Holy crap. They literally are books. It's fucking amazing. Wow. Who would have thought all of these guys Oxy was helping out the whole time would come out to be like this important? And Badaini to come out with a plan like this is fucking genius. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. That was incredible. What a twist that was at the end there. I don't know why it just came to me. It's just like, oh shit, well. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's these obviously Harold and these homeless kind of people is super important. So they obviously hold the clue to and yeah, ends up there. They've got their whole text tattooed on their heads, which must have been painful. Must have been painful as hell. But yeah, genius. Genius. But yeah, amazing episode. Like I said, there's a whole lot going on in this episode, wasn't there? We saw this guy's guilt and this guy now gonna carry on the legacy. We saw Yelena die, although it wasn't actually her. Again, that was just there to mislead Nowak. So we saw his emotions in dealing with her death, which I thought was phenomenal at the start of the episode. And then this at the end, like fucking up. That was amazing. So it's always such a struggle with my like thumbnails and such. It's like, how am I gonna like get like the best thing I can get without spoiling people? It's a hard job not to spoil things in thumbnails, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for. Hopefully I didn't. If any of you guys have watched this episode, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, incredible. Yet again, I really don't need to keep saying it, but it was just another phenomenal episode, wasn't it? I love the look at Nowak we got here. This guy at the start of the episode really coming in to be perhaps the worst character in the show in terms of just how awful a person he is. I love the little backstory we got with Nowak and Yelena with the gloves. I thought that was really cute, really adorable. But yeah, just seeing his reaction to all that was tough. Seeing this guy who we met a fair few episodes ago now. I forget exactly what the relationship was, but he was. I remember him telling the story of the eye patch, and I think he was told it from Badaini. I remember that for sure. But yeah, he was the one that dubbed him in, which sucks, and now he's got to live with that on his heart, and hence why he's taken this action right here. So I'm super looking forward to continuing this. Again, that was an awesome twist right there. Again, I don't know what kind of led me on to think that would be the case, but I think that's one of those things where if you really look deep into the writing and such, there's probably like things that could tell you this was going to happen, but I didn't put that together. But I just subconsciously maybe took it in. I don't know. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next time with episode 16.